See if he can finish one this time.
Incredible walkout selection.
Take a look at the tape. You can see that Taza is 10 years older than Mica Galvao, 2 inches taller. In terms of weight, they were pretty even. Galvao was 185 on the dot, whereas Taza was 182. Gabriel Martins, our man in the middle for this match. And we are underway. First match on the main card. We've got big things, man. You know what? We saw full 15 minutes from Mica Galvao in his last match against Andrew Tackett. Will we see a full 15 minutes again this time, or we anticipate something different?
I believe both men would prefer not for that to happen, but it's going to be an interesting test. And I like seeing Taza open up with some wrestling. He's talked about that a lot, how he's working on attacking from the feet, attacking from top. So it's a new look from Taza.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because the Danaher guys have been very good strategically at controlling the pace and conserving their energy. But Mica in his match with Tackett, look, he could go 100 miles an hour for 15 minutes.
That's that teenager energy, right? That's something that's just incredible. The cardio, the gas tank, it just never gives up. And, you know, talking about wrestling, that Mica Galvao, of course, a jiu-jitsu stylist. Oh, there's a deep shot put on. Good stuff, the shot.
Reshot by Taza. Yeah.
That was interesting. But speaking of the wrestling, of course, he's a jiu-jitsu practitioner. He competes gi and no-gi. But he's also a black belt in luta livre, which is, of course, the Brazilian style of no-gi grappling, and trains with high-level wrestlers as well. So Mica Galvao, I think that whatever Taza has got planned for him, I mean, Mica could have an answer for it strategically.
Let's not forget that Mica most recently joined up with Fight Sports, and of course an incredible Nogi camp there led by Cyborg, Wagner Rocha.
Ooh, man, you
Burns is in the house.
See Taza's face change from that flying guillotine then? He did not like that. He did not appreciate that flying guillotine. But yeah, you know, you're talking about Galvao relocating there to Florida and joining that team. That's a pretty deep squad to be joining. I see that Taza is not committing to anything too much just yet. I feel like he's baiting things, and he's seeing big reactions from Galvao, right? You see, like, you know, he's using small emotions and creating big reactions. I think we're seeing a very patient. I think that the strategy, whatever it is that those guys have come up with, they know full well what they're expecting, because there's no secret what Galvao is capable of. So they've come in here with a clear game plan.
This is just the calm before the storm. The entire room's on edge because we know something crazy's coming. Like, once these guys get going, it's not going to stop.
Taza so far has not really initiated any big attacks.
I'm liking his counter wrestling though.
Yes. Oh, now there is a leg entry.
Nice little arm drag to a single leg. Taza being offensive. I mean, even when Mica shot, Taza did a reshot on it.
You surprised we haven't seen any guard pulls yet, given how much... Oh, look at that. Again in on single leg is Taza. But are you surprised we haven't seen any guard pulls, given how much he loves to get in on those legs?
No, I mean, Taza, you know, a lot of people don't know this about him. An All-American wrestler, as you can see so far in this match. Look at him going for the leg again. Taza's wrestling is looking really good here.
Taza's an All-American wrestler?
Taza's from Canada.
Yeah, they even have wrestling in Canada? Oh man, that was an interesting attempt there from Galvao. But man, I feel like Taza's defensive wrestling so far has looked absolutely on point. And there's a nice
Taza's wrestling is looking good, man.
It's all the time with Nicky Rod down there in Puerto Rico. But clearly something's been going right for Taza, and it's a really new element to his game. A year ago, you would not have seen this from him.
Let's talk a little bit about the odds in this match so far. Mica Galvao is...
Taza drops down.
Nice. Raises it to ground.
Oh, Galvao is on top and in a heavy side control right here. Got the hip blocked. Strategic mistake, possibly.
Yeah, I mean...
Looks like he's going for the north-south choke.
That is obviously not the ideal way to pull guard. But, I mean, we've seen Taza end up here in his last 2 matches and still go on to win the match, so who knows what's going to happen.
That's a great point. He has got his guard passed in both matches so far on Who's Number One, but his accumulated submission attacks were enough to win him the judges' decisions in both matches. First of all, a match against Johnny Tamer, a no-gi world champion, took out him with a number of strong heel hook attempts to win by decision, and then most recently against Jonathan Alves, same deal pretty much, got his guard passed, but those deep heel hooks are a real threat. But right now...
And I wouldn't even consider that to have been a guard pass. It was basically he was trying to initiate something on the entry and ended up out of side control. And then Mica didn't get anything off it. So it's like, how much does it count for?
Straight back after him. I hope Galvao is okay. Did bump his
I
head
mean,
on the table
I
there.
think under our rules, Taza could still be winning this thing because he's been the aggressor on the feet with these shots, and he gave up side control, and Mica didn't do anything with it for just off a guard pull.
Yeah, great point.
We'll see in about 30 seconds because we will call judges' favor, so we should get an idea of how to expect. And you know something that's really interesting? We talked about this there again on that single leg. Is Taza chasing after that single? But one thing we talked about how is everybody from the back room, everybody from the warm-up area came out to watch this match, right?
Yeah, I'd be interested in this first judge's favor, how it goes. Oh,
Nice shot.
Mica gets a takedown. That might give it to him.
Right there at the very end of our first 5 minutes. Let's find out what our judges are thinking at the moment here.
You can see Galvao trying to lock his hands together, go for that classic body lock pass. Such a powerful position, and yes, no question whatsoever, the judges favor right now Mica Galvao, the blue corner in this match. But there's a long 10 minutes to go, and look at this. Right on the edge of bounds, but that is a very interesting position because you'd think that Galvao has control. Can he get around to the back, or can Taza lock up a leg?
Yeah, this is a tough position to do a restart from, too, and they're right there on the edge.
Mica's climbing, man. He's climbing.
What amazing flexibility and looking around to get the hooks in there. This is incredible from Mica Galvao. It's the kind of position that isn't really a correct position, but right on the edge of bounds, you're going to go off the area.
Let's see how Gabriel resets this. This is going to be tricky.
Very tricky indeed. Now, will he restart it with the hooks or on that kind of like the side?
No, he
position?
should restart. He shouldn't restart him just straight with hooks. He shouldn't just restart him with the back. He should restart him, you know, sort of halfway out like that.
That's the kind of time when you don't want to be a referee. There's those really tough calls that if you get it wrong, man, you can really piss people off.
But you see,
great work there from Gabriel in adjusting the hooks, because you know Mica was, of course, he wants to get the best position possible. But he does manage to get a body triangle, and now this is a strong control position. Taza's in deep trouble now.
Yeah, if there's any question about who's leading the match earlier, right now it's clearly in favor of Mica. Let's see what we can do with this position here, because Taza is a very crafty veteran of the game and has a lot of options to escape. He just needs a very small opening. Let's see what happens.
Galvao kind of falling off to the side. Not back control, it's not a mount. It's still got that very strong body triangle. Very difficult for Taza to turn in. Now, it's kind of a mount, but it's not, right? It's a very unorthodox position.
This position, there's so much pressure on your ribs. If Mica extends his hips towards the mat, oh, there's so much pressure there from this kind of body lock position. But Taza's working his way. He's almost fully turned into Mica here.
Oh, he does manage to face him, and yet... I like that arm, the elbow on the hips, a great frame there. But Galvao, man, he is so sticky from this position, and given the fact that they are 7 minutes into this match, goes high for a triangle.
And Taza's
on the leg.
Yep, let's get it. Taza's got to work now.
Man, this is Taza's chance. He is out. He is up.
Halfway, coming up to the halfway point.
Still in the game.
Taza's wrestling has looked on point from this. I think if he can get on top, he gets some of the snatch single again. If he can get on top, we might be seeing him get rolling.
Oh, almost got the body lock, but a great base there from Galvao. I'm seeing a little swagger from Galvao here as well, right? I'm seeing a little, the posture is just a little bit aggressive, right? The way he's kind of stalking him down is like...
He's looking good so far. I mean, this is no doubt the biggest name he's fought in no-gi so far, and he's looking very good.
He's sort of giving up this position, I think, on purpose. Maybe he's looking for this jumping guillotine.
Takedown
from Taza, though.
You see if Taza can get working from top now.
Yeah, that was lazy submission, lazy takedown defense there, and Galvao definitely looked comfortable. But you can already sense, that Taza is looking to get that heel hook from top, right?
We know what he likes to do.
You can see the way that he's kind of like controlling those legs, passing it across. You think it's a leg drag, but it's not. He's going to drop back on the legs. But that opens up the opportunity to get the back. Great recovery there from Galvao. But Taza, man, he can launch an attack from anywhere. Ooh. Yeah, at this point then, they are deep into this match now. 8 minutes in, and yeah, it's getting slippy out there.
A lot of interesting transitions so far in this match. Very creative style from both.
Now, this second 5-minute period is very different. You know, that Galvao was really He was in the driver's seat for that first 5 minutes, and yes, he had the positional control in the second, but I sense that that Taza is initiating more now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Taza's been the aggressor most of the match. I mean, but Mica obviously got rolling during that one period, and it's got to be giving him the judge's favor for now.
Yeah, well, he definitely knows he's behind, right? So he's pushing the pace, trying to do what he can out there, but Mica's looking very solid all the way through.
Straightforward is Taza as well. I like that. He is going after it. He isn't wasting no time in hunting down Mica Galvao. Oh, that's great hand fighting there from Taza. Do you think there's any pressure on Taza here? That the fact that that Galvao has been so highly rated, so highly talked about by both us, the media, and big throw attempt from Galvao from the double overhooks. But is there any pressure going up against somebody as famous at such a young age as Galvao? Do you think there's any pressure on Taza's shoulders here?
I'm sure Taz is used to it by now. He's done ADCC a couple times, right? It's like, but yeah. I mean, this kid. There's a lot of question marks around this kid. There's a lot of hype coming around him coming out of Brazil. So it's like, I mean, yeah, people were hyped about this one.
Stop.
If anything, Taza really knows the value of momentum. He's come in here 2 wins in a row. Who's number 1? This would be a massive feather in his cap, and he's fighting hard for that.
Let's see what the judges have to say, because we're just coming up to the 10-minute mark, and we will get our second judge's favor note. And it is, once again, it is blue. Mica Galvao is still on the judges' scorecards in the lead on this one. But I don't think that it's a done deal.
No, it's not a done deal by any means. If Taza goes out there and gets one of those deep heel hooks, he could take this thing, even without a tap.
Hear them breathing hard, and that's a big snap down from Oliver Taza. Beautiful work from the front headlock to the ankle pick. Galvao, man, I like the way he's wrestling defense. He doesn't expend a lot of energy, but he manages to shut down a lot of the wrestling attacks.
I've been really impressed with Taza's wrestling in this match.
Very offensive, right? I don't know, maybe your rant about guard pulling recently woke some people up about that, Mike. Man, you can hear them breathing so heavily. And of course, we're over.
Nice shot there from Taza.
He picked Taza. I mean, Taza's been a wide assortment of attacks in this match. He just can't really get him down and get him stabilized.
Do you think we'll see Taza pull guard in the last few minutes of this match?
Very possibly. I mean, he definitely tried it earlier. It didn't work out for him in that instance.
Another big snap down.
Well, it's clear that his strategy coming into this was he wanted to be on top in this match. But I don't know, coming into the last couple minutes, maybe he has to pull guard. Oh, all right.
Oh, triangle attack there from Mica Galvao.
He's out, though. Wow. He's out.
Like
but
a
now he's back into
strike.
omoplata here.
Taza is now going for a leg lock from this position. Could he see?
He's on the heel.
Answers back with his own submission attack. Man.
All right, Taza, you got a leg entanglement. You got 3 minutes.
He's out.
Oh, that is amazing. Galvao, his triangle was like a cobra strike. It was so fast, but Taza had his own submission attack waiting in answer straight onto the heel. But man, at this point, it's going to be hard to hold on to something like that.
Still plenty of time, but there's 3 minutes left in this match.
3 minutes left.
There's
Can you
an
believe
incredible amount of action here.
Stop!
Come join us at our commentary table.
Man, we tried to give these guys the biggest mat we possibly could find, but they still managed to find their way off it. This is how hard they are fighting and wrestling and pushing each other around. And Taza straightforward again. He knows what we're looking for here at Who's Number One. He knows what the judges want. The judges want activity. The judges want somebody who's initiating. But so far, the judges have given it to Galvao. And I'm not sure I've seen anything in the last couple of minutes that has swayed my opinion that right now, even though Taza is initiating, I'm not so sure that he's done anything effective enough. Oh, and there we see counter wrestling on top from Mica Galvao. I think Taza needs to do something spectacular to take this.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on how it was just a very decisive couple of minutes there for Mica, where he held that quasi-mount, quasi-back take position. And you know, Taza has not been able to solidify a dominant position, but he has looked great. So it is close, and I do think an incredible reversal here from Taza, or a sweep into mount or something crazy, you know, could be enough. But he doesn't have a ton of time to get it done.
He has him now. He's got to go to Mica, right? Because he's the one that's really established any dominant position. Although Taza has been very aggressive and looked great throughout.
He really has. I mean, this is what we want. And oh, there is a very quick back take into top position here from Galvao. Galvao still has plenty of time to get this finished. He settles down into the mount position now. 1 minute 40 on this clock, and he's got a deep crossface. But so far, Taza's bottom game and his defense has been absolutely impeccable. Finds his way out.
Stop.
Okay, back into the center now. Restart. And Taza, man, Taza's like the Terminator. He just doesn't stop going forward.
No, he wants this one so bad, but Mica just really kind of had the answers, I think, right now, and has really stepped out of any danger. Taza threw him regarding the leg locks, and then, yeah, taking advantage of some of these shots.
I'll tell you what, even though I think Mica's going to take the decision, I think Taza in a loss will look better than his last 2 wins. I mean, I never knew his wrestling was this good. His wrestling technique has just been really on point.
Well, you mentioned it. They're coming forward almost onto our commentary table. A little salute there from Mica Galvao with exactly 1 minute left on this clock. And it just goes to show that even though 14 minutes into this match, that's how hard they're going. Taza's driving Galvao all the way across the mat, and he's not done yet, still going forward.
The crowd is loving it, by the way. They're screaming in here. It is an awesome environment. Got a little clash of heads, maybe.
You're good. You're good. Let's go, guys.
All good. Let's keep it rolling here, boys. 45 seconds left. What a match.
Last 30 seconds, we're almost there, and there's still a chance for Taza to do something big here, but I think that Mica Galvao senses the end is near, and he doesn't really need to risk too much, shutting down Taza's wrestling attacks here. Possibly cruise to victory, but you know, in his last match we saw it was the last 10 seconds he was still going for the finish. 10 seconds remaining now. Taza looking to try and maybe get a leg. Galvao, very interesting leg defense here. Look at this. Koala bear style. Locks his ankles together. And Taza, frustrated, disappointed, so close, and yet so far. But you know what? Possibly didn't get the victory he was looking for, but performance-wise, like you said, Mike, possibly better than we've ever seen him.
Yeah, really impressive. I mean, he had just some great wrestling technique, but he just couldn't control the kid. And I mean, it's obvious this is a victory for Mica. There was two points where dominant positions were established on both times for him.
Let's see what the judges have to say for the official result. And it is blue. Mica Galvao is the winner.
Yeah, well done. And great show of sportsmanship there at the end.
And your winner, from the blue corner, representing Fight Sports, Mica Galvao.
Big result there for the 17-year-old who continues to impress us here on Who's Number One. Mica Galvao, 2 matches, 2 wins, 2 15-minute wars in both matches, Chase.
Yeah, that kid is so impressive, man. And what a blast, what a match. I mean, now we're kicked off the main card. Can it get any better than that? And we answered some questions here tonight about how Mica Galvao could handle some of the leg lock attempts from Taza, as well as these wrestling exchanges. So really, Mica Galvao is just the beginning of his career, and I can't wait to see what he does next.
Let's take a look at some of the best moments here. You can see that the wrestling was such a dominant theme, but when the submission attacks came, man, they were so fast from both sides. You know, it was the kind of submission of both guys so dangerous in their ability to finish the match in the blink of an eye. But for me, the match was won and lost in the wrestling exchanges. And as aggressive as Taza was, as much as he initiated, I feel that Micael's ability to counter-wrestle was key here in winning the decision.
Absolutely. And also, it was Mica's awareness of the leg lock